Hello guys, good morning. This is going to be our reading class for today. We are going to speak about the sequence words. What are sequence words? How do we use them? How do authors use them? Which are the words that we can use to tell in order, the order of events in a story? We can come here and read sequence words tell us the order on which some events happen in a story. Now there are two ways to describe events in a story. The first way is utilizing ordinal numbers. Others can use ordinal numbers such as first, second, and third. And they can also use what we're going to learn today, the sequence words that are first, next, then, and finally. Here, I'm going to give you an example of how an author utilizes sequence words in a story from removing fossils fragment. That's a fragment of the story that is in page 101. And here it tells us how fossil hunters remove fossils from the ground. First, what do they do first? They plan how to remove the fossil. That's the first thing they do. Next, they remove the fossil carefully. They try not to break it because it's fragile. It's been on the ground for years, millions of years. We don't know how long. And then they have to be careful to see how to remove these fossils. Then they write information about the fossil. They measure its size and they take pictures of how the fossil originally looked. And finally, they protect the fossil on the trip back to the lab. They must take these fossils to a laboratory in order to identify the parts and in order to clean them correctly. Now, I'm going to ask you to please continue reading this fragment of the story and write in your notebook. This is a classwork. This costs 5 points. In your notebook, which is the sequence of the steps the scientists follow to protect the fossil on the trip back to the lab. As we can see, the last step they take is that they protect the fossils. How do they do that? I'm going to ask you to please write it on your notebook and send me a picture. Thank you guys. See you next class.